Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Kiwanis Connects live on the air on Facebook and YouTube. I call this show to order. I am Aaron Phillips, anchoring everything in Virginia Beach. John JPEG Styles in Las Vegas. We'll get to him in a few minutes. We have our guest, Jimmy T from Little Iguana, in the green room getting ready to jump on. Val is whisking somewhere away in the air. Hopefully she'll be joining us today, but we've got a lot to go on today. We're going to spend time with Jimmy today talking about the Kiwanis Club of Kindness that is new and about. We'll talk with him about his project and latest updates. We're going to have Melissa Atwell's mental health moment tip of the day. Of course, I also have bad dad jokes. Today's theme of bad dad jokes is convention themes. So because it is convention month for everybody pretty much all around the country last month and this month, I thought touching on some jokes, bad dad jokes, will be the order of the day. But first and foremost, before we get started, I wanted to start today's show, unfortunately, on a little bit of a somber note on behalf of my home club, the Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake, Virginia, which I'm wearing their shirt today. This past week, we had a passing of a longtime tenured member. Some of you out there may know who he is. Certainly those here in the Capital District certainly knows Charlie Hackworth. Passed away earlier this week at the age of 85. He was a 44-year member of the Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake and its club co-treasurer since 2008. Just to give you an idea as to who he was born in Seattle, and he made his way here to Chesapeake, graduating from Great Bridge High School in 58. On August 20th, about a month and a half after I was born, he married the love of his life, Dorothy Rice Hobbs. And together they built a beautiful family centered on family, faith, and entrepreneurship in Chesapeake. Now, Charlie was a titan in the reprographic printing and signage industry. Hackworth Printing is very well known here, not only in the Virginia Beach area and the Commonwealth, but up and down the Mid-Atlantic states. You can see his name actually in Chartway Arena on the campus of ODU, Scope Arena, and pretty much the majority of most businesses around here have had their stuff printed by him and his company. A plethora of civic contributions, wearing many, many different hats. He's received business awards, community awards. He was recognized with the Martin Luther King Leadership Award for Business in 2019. I do want to encourage you, if you go to grahamfuneralhome.com, and that's GRAHAM, funeralhome.com, and you can look up Charlie's name. You can leave a tribute there to the family. Now, today, the family will receive friends today, the 14th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Liberty Live Greenbrier Church, 1801 Sarah, S-A-R-A Drive in Chesapeake, 23320. And then tomorrow is a celebration of Charlie's life and legacy. That'll take place at 11 a.m., also at Liberty Live Greenbrier, followed by the service. The family invites you to join with the reception after at the church. And in lieu of flowers, the family does request memorial donations be made to the Mason Hackworth Theater Scholarship through the Southeastern Virginia Community Foundation. That's sevacf.org. That was a cause that was close to Charlie's heart. So thoughts and prayers to the Hackworth family, the business family, his employees, and our entire community. My wife and I have only known Charlie for a couple of years since we moved here, and he was a pillar of the Chesapeake Kiwanis Club. Would be sorely missed, not only as a friend and as a family member, but certainly as a fellow Kiwanian. Okay, with that, JPEG, jump in there. How are you, sir? How's life in Las Vegas? What's going on out there?
It's cool.
Well, how cool is cool there for you?
We're down to 81 today.
No way, really? Right now it's only 81 at 9 o'clock?
It's only 81, yep.
Wow, do you have your thermals on?
Hey, short sleeves.
Short sleeves now. Wow, still. Right now it's 93 degrees here in Virginia Beach with a heat index of 105, and it's muggy. It is muggy. Yeah, I know. I wish I could have brought some of that dry heat with me, but it didn't fit in my suitcase. All right, so hopefully we're waiting on Val. Just want to remind everybody that we are live right now on 3 Facebook channels. John, don't forget to put the WVBV TV logo up here to remind everybody. We're on 4 channels now?
No, 3 Facebook, 4 YouTube.
Oh, what do we have on YouTube? Did we add a channel I forgot about?
Yes.
Which one?
We have the WWDB TV.
Right.
We have the Aaron's Hour guy. We have Kiwanis, and we have the WBB TV.
Wow. All right. So we do have 4. Well, eventually we'll get back to our regular channels on Facebook. We're just dealing with getting out of the doghouse out of Facebook. So I had to create some new channels and let them kind of
What do you have now? 7 or 8 channels in jail?
Yeah, 7 or 8 dozen in jail right now. Thank you. So there'll be more on that.
All right. We have a guest today. You should probably start talking to him instead of me.
I was just about to do that, but here's the best thing: is our current guest is a returning guest. We've had this gentleman on quite a few times. We love chatting with him and his Yes.
Okay. Saturday Night Live has the deal where if you posted 5 times, you get this jacket.
Oh, really?
We should do that. Yeah, it's called the 5 Timers Club.
Okay.
And we should do that for Kiwanis, right?
All right.
Once you have been on the show 5 times, we will send you a jersey or a jacket or something like that. The Kiwanis 5 Timers Club, Kiwanis Connects 5 Timers Club. How about that?
We'll come up with something. So that would this visit by our guest would be number 4.
Number 4.
So
we only have to have him on one more time, and then he can be the first member of the Kiwanis Connects 5 Timers Club.
All right. I'm sure he wouldn't mind because it's all good for his organization. Yes. Joining us today on today's show is Jimmy T from Little Iguana Child Safety Program. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm on top of the world. My connection, though, seems to be screwed up. So if I drop you, I'm going to run in and ask the New Hampshire store for their Wi-Fi, and I'll be in the wine aisle doing the show soon.
Yes. Well, yeah, we do have to be careful. But you know what? With Val, when she's on with us, sometimes she has to drive out of the hills of California 20 minutes to get a Wi-Fi connection. I think she's landing somewhere in, I want to say Wisconsin or something. I don't know where but I know she's heading. I believe she's heading to Reno for the Calneva district that is taking place this upcoming weekend. So anyway, Jimmy T, how are you, my friend? It's been a bit.
Yeah, it has been. I'm doing very well. Lots going on. Lots and lots. We got our new kindness club kicked off with Victor Legerton down in Nashville, Tennessee. We just hosted our worldwide It's Easy to Be Kind Day from Fisher Cat Stadium on Sunday up in Manchester. We broadcasted at 7 different countries. We're looking to we just got the okay from minor league baseball to do Kindness Day in all 120 minor league baseball stadiums in 2027. Wow. So we're looking for other Kiwanis clubs that would like to be in 120 minor league baseball parks on It's Easy to Be Kind Day next year. That would be incredible.
Well, I know here in Norfolk, right down the road for me is Harbor Park, which is home of the Norfolk Tides of the Baltimore Orioles. Yep. And going to give a little shout out to Nancy Simonelli. She's our incoming lieutenant governor for Division 14 here in the Capital District. And we have only like 11 Kiwanis clubs in our division. So perhaps through Nancy, we can get a division show up here at the Norfolk Tides for that event.
It would be awesome. That would be awesome.
That would be great. I've thrown out a first pitch. What's that?
That's the Mets, right?
No, that's Baltimore. Used to be the
affiliate.
Nope. Used to be the Mets.
Okay.
Yeah, used to be the Mets years ago. Now it's the Baltimore Orioles. But being part of those games are a lot of fun. My former radio partner Ricky Cash and I once threw out a first pitch in Las Vegas, home of the 51s, and minor league is listen. We know it's not the major leagues, but if you take the minor leagues, there you go. Val is in Milwaukee. Okay, thank you, Andy. If you take the minor leagues for what it is, it's a great family experience, and you can do those kind of things like bring Little Iguana's programs to all of these baseball stadiums. You really can't do that to the degree of acceptance as you can in major league ballparks.
Correct.
So do me a favor.
So family friendly too. That's what I love about it.
Absolutely. I want to go back a little bit to the Kiwanis Club of Kindness. Now, when Val was messaging with me in prep for today's show, and she's mentioning this to me almost as if I should have known what it was, and I have to say I have to plead ignorant here. Can we talk about the foundation of what the Kiwanis Club of Kindness is? How did it get started, the basis, etc.?
Well, we wanted to create something that was about kindness because people in our world hate everybody. They hate themselves so much they got to hate everybody, and people hate people they've never even met before. It's just getting crazy. And so Victor down in Nashville and us up in Nashua, New Hampshire, we decided let's make a virtual club where people can get together and start sharing some kindness ideas and getting that out there. And our friend Muzi is part of it, and Little Iguana's part of it. So we're just looking for Kiwanis clubs all across the United States and people that want to be part of it to join us and come on a virtual, when you could be down in Tennessee, that's great. When you don't, just become, a virtual member and bring our stuff to your area.
Did the club just charter this year?
Yes, it did.
Oh, okay. And how many members do you have?
I couldn't tell you that offhand because that's Victor's thing, but I think we have like 16 or 17 members already.
Oh, nice. Okay. I just put Victor's information in the private chat for John to pick up on. We'll try to clean it up a little bit, and we'll run it on the scroll on screen so people can get some more information about it. I think what's interesting, the trend over the last couple of years has been focal point Kiwanis clubs. Focus point, not just the generic general membership. Like we have the human trafficking one up in California. We had the mental wellness club that just opened up in Las Vegas. And now we have this one about kindness. Do you see that more of a trend within the world of Kiwanis where now we're going to have focus groups of Kiwanis clubs out there?
Yeah, I truly do because it's more to their heart. It's what they really, really believe in. And not that they don't believe in Kiwanis, by no means, don't ever take it that way. But it's something that when you wake up in the morning and you really want to do something, for me, it's saving young lives. So my whole world for 32 years has been saving the lives of young children, 2 to 8, teach them to be kind, respectful. Because then when they grow up to be adults, then they'll have that, at least that foundation in their life. And I do see a trend coming that way where people take on the things that they want, that they truly believe in individually and create a club out of it. Gotcha.
I just think it's interesting because it's not something that you would necessarily think of in the scope of Kiwanis, but like you said, why not? If it's going to provide a more focused approach towards a specific area within one's community, why not, right? Couldn't hurt.
No, it makes people want to do it more, I feel.
Absolutely. On the screen right now, everybody, is the contact information for the secretary of the Kiwanis Club of Kindness, Victor Legerton. You can give him a call at 615-870-7040, or you can email him at KiwanisKindnessClub@gmail.com if you'd like some more. What part of the month does the club meet?
Third Thursday of every month.
Is what time is it? Is it an evening, lunchtime?
Evening, usually 7 o'clock Central Time.
Gotcha. Okay. That's another club I'd have to take a nap for before I stay up and join the club like I do for the Vegas club. With the 3-hour time difference going back to the Pacific.
Mine is yeah, because mine is 8 o'clock up here. So when we host our events, I'm like sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. You and I are in that same time zone issue. So, all right, here's what I'd like to do. We're right up against our first break, Jim. When we come back on the other side of the break, let's get involved with some updates on what Little Iguana's going on and doing these days and what Kiwanis clubs around the network can do to help support the cause and get it in the hands of the kids in everybody's community. You're watching Kiwanis Connects. Today, we're focusing on kindness, Kiwanis Club of Kindness. Jimmy T from Little Iguana is on with us from New Hampshire, up in the cold part of the country, or colder part, or cooler part at least. Anyway, don't go anywhere. Hopefully Val will be joining us soon. We'll be right back. Imagine being able to golf no matter the weather or time of day. Well, now you can at Back 9 Great Bridge in Chesapeake. Grab your clubs and swing by for the next level of golf. Back 9 is open 24/7, play on your own schedule, get pro-level swing data, and much more. Try St. Andrews, then Pebble Beach to test your skills. It's also a great way to start playing golf without the distractions, pressure, or cost of playing 18 holes outside. Back 9 offers individual and corporate memberships to fit your needs. Back 9 is now open at 500 South Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake. Visit our website for more information. Level up your game without stepping on the course with Back 9. Hi, I'm Hall of Fame broadcaster and local TV host Aaron Phillips. Are you interested in hosting a podcast? I offer a podcast seminar where I share the information you need to set up your podcast for success. Some of the topics that I cover include basic terminology, how to do a successful interview, who to target as a potential advertiser, and more. For more information, visit thevoiceof757.com or email me directly at aaron@thevoiceof757.com. Let my voice speak to you.
Every day they answered the call. They served, they protected, they sacrificed. When their final journey comes, they deserve the same honor they showed others. Firefighter Memorial Transport provides dignified memorial transportation for our fallen firefighters, law enforcement officers, veterans, first responders, and their families. Because heroes should never be forgotten. Your tax-deductible donation helps keep this mission moving. Donate today. Firefighter Memorial Transport. Honoring heroes, serving families, preserving their legacy.
All right, welcome back to Kiwanis Connects. We want to thank our sponsors, Back 9, Firefighter Memorial Transport, and of course, all of the Kiwanis clubs around the globe. If you're interested in learning more about Back 9 Golf here in Great Bridge in the Chesapeake area, just go to the back9golf.com and click into the Chesapeake, Virginia location. All right, joining me on the show today is Jimmy from Little Iguana's Children's Safety Foundation, a returning guest. Jimmy, I don't know if you heard John at the top of the show, but you get one more visit. We get to award you some sort of award for being on the show a minimum of 5 times. Did we lose Jimmy? Jimmy. I think we may have lost Jimmy. He may be frozen there on the screen. Jimmy? We did. Okay. While we do that, let's vamp and fill in a little bit. I just wanted to let everybody know next Friday's show, yours truly will be at the Capital District Convention in Annapolis. It'll be the first time I'll have an opportunity to visit Annapolis. My wife and I are going up there for a couple of extra days to enjoy the city before the convention starts on the Friday, the 21st. I will be set up somewhere on the property in the hotel. I think we're at a DoubleTree there, and I will do the show live remote. And we're going to spotlight the Capital District. I already have some folks who have committed to stopping by for a few minutes. Chris Bryant, who we've had on the show a few times, he's running for vice governor here in Capital District. So he is committed to being on. The one thing about our time for the show is the fact that it coincides with the leadership luncheon. Jimmy T is back, so I vamped long enough. There you go. No worries.
Yeah.
No. You good?
Sorry, guys. I'm up by the beach.
Oh, up by the beach. So sorry for the view, Jimmy.
Well, I'm at a liquor store, for God's sakes. It's not fun, okay? I'm out here with a bucket begging for money, for goodness sake.
I got you. So let's talk about Little Iguana. What's some of the latest things happening and plans and programs, and then let's wrap that up with what we as Kiwanians could do to ensure that this program is in the hands of Kiwanis clubs to disseminate, to get them into the hands of children in our community.
Well, it's real easy, honestly. Contact us at littleiguanausa.org. Call us up at 603-930-4642. We have a kindness program that is incredible. Kids can use it in the schools, Head Starts, child care facilities. We have the most incredible reading program, literacy program ever made. We created a read-along book where you scan the QR code with your tablet or your smartphone, and the book reads to you so you see the word, hear the word. We have kids in schools, they're learning reading faster and more proficiently. And this is something every Kiwanis club should actually use. And we also have Safety Up, which is an entire online educational portal that Kiwanis clubs can donate to every elementary school for kindergarten, first grade, second graders, Head Starts, child care facilities. And I'll tell you, we've been saving lives for 32 years. The youngest kid to date we saved is documented as age 3, and the oldest is 16, and there's thousands. It's brought us to the White House, the Oval Office. We've won Emmys for our program. So it's definitely something that I urge every Kiwanian just to look into, to use it in the community, because it actually saves lives.
Well, there's, again, it's such a wonderful program that makes sense for kids to be able to associate with. Too many times I think we try to teach kids lessons by lecturing at them, and that just doesn't work for kids. They need to be able to connect with the presenter, right?
Correct. I mean, we do everything through music. What did you guys just answer the simple question for everybody? What did you learn in first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade? Most people can't tell me what they learned, but
Nope,
they can sing every word to every song that was on the radio back then.
Yeah.
So why don't we do it that way? Why do we do it in such a hard way? We got to do it in a fun way.
Absolutely. Joining us now from parts unknown, I think, is the way we're going to do this, like a wrestling introduction. Joining us now from parts unknown, Doc Val has landed somewhere in the state of Wisconsin or the state of Fusion. I'm not really sure. Anyway, we got her connected. Good morning, Doc Val.
Aloha. Hi. Hi, James. Oh my goodness, I'm glad to see you guys. I'm in Milwaukee, and I'm sorry, the technology once again is lovely.
Hey, that's okay. Jim and I are just sort of catching up on things and talking about the birth of the Kindness Kiwanis Club, how that all came about, and now we're just sort of kind of catching up a little bit on what's been going on in the little iguana world.
The Kiwanis Club, the Kindness Kiwanis Club, is one of my absolute favorites. I wish I could attend it more, because I think it is all the Kiwanis goodness wrapped up into one small space. Amazing members that are doing great things, and so that's why I asked James to be here. And so, do I sound okay to you guys? Because I sound choppy to me.
Well, your tone of your volume is going in and out a little bit, a little bassier to a little trebly, but your visual is perfectly fine. So let's deal with the audio. Let's just keep moving forward, because Jim is in his car, as you could tell. Now you know what it's like when you're in your car. He's out. Wait, but on the other hand, he's outside of a liquor store. So take that for what it's worth.
Oh, man, if I could do that, I'd be so much better.
So keep going, Val. Go ahead. Keep going. We'll make it work.
So I will change devices in a bit. But I think that kindness is what is most kids are focusing in on around the world right now.
So what I think is happening with the audio is that we're getting some feedback going back through. Yeah, we go. Jimmy just put his phone on mute. Val, you're now frozen. But Jimmy, hang in there, because you caught up what was going on. Oh, there we go. So Jimmy's thread is providing a little mumbled feedback. So Jimmy, put yours on mute while you're moving. And then Doc Val, you can continue with your thought now that you're unfrozen.
If you're watching this, I love you. Thank you for continuing to watch it. Kiwanis Connects is filmed live. And we do live things. And as I was sharing, the Kindness Initiative is happening around the world, and it's to help kids be able to survive and thrive. And the political world and what they see. So being able to sing songs and be safe and all those kind of things takes them away from what they're watching on TV. Because if you can remember, what was the first world crisis that you saw or were involved in, and how that affected you?
Right.
And I'll share, as a child when I was developing and thinking about it, it was the Jim Jones.
Mm,
It superseded everything on television.
yeah.
And so I had nightmares that my Kool-Aid was going to be bad.
Oh, wow.
But you think about what kids now see on TV.
Yep.
So knowing that there is a kindness focus where we're taking care of kids and thinking about it also impacts their mental health. So I know James is relocated and he looks like he's in a stable place right now. So
Yeah, he moved inside. Go ahead, Val. Fire a question at him.
okay. So in addition to your A Little Iguana and Moozy, what are some of the other initiatives that you have in the Kindness Club?
Well, we have the reading challenge, like I was talking about, with utilizing different books, Moozy's books. What we do is we try to get the Little Iguana read-along book so that when we distribute the Moozy books, kids actually can read them, because the read-along series Little Iguana created has the QR code where you scan it and you end up reading along with the book. And it's been teaching kids how to read at a younger age and a more proficient way. We also have the Kindness program where we have the Kindness Club. We're urging Kiwanis clubs to bring a Kindness Club into elementary schools or bring it into Head Starts or child care facilities. And it was just a great relationship, a great partnership between Moozy books and Little Iguana with our programs. It's great to create Kiwanis partnerships all across the United States and actually worldwide. I mean, we're looking at different islands now, Bermuda, Jamaica, a few other places. So it's really, when it comes to kids 2 to 8, everybody wants to save 2 to 8-year-olds. I mean, let's be real. And in our society, the most abused and neglected age group today is cradle to 3. It's newborn to 3. And people ask me, why is the world so bad? Well, do the math. If the most abused and neglected is cradle to 3, and your foundation in life is set by 5, why do you think it's getting so bad? And people just hate everybody. They hate everything. They hate everybody. And I ask people, when'd you meet them last? And they tell me, oh, I've never met them. Well, how could you hate somebody that you never met before? That just blows my mind. Honestly.
Yeah.
And it's really what it boils down to, guys, is they just don't like who they are. And so they have to strike out against everyone else to make themselves feel better.
Absolutely. That's a 4-letter word that is overused especially in our English language, of hate, because it says that you don't have full control over your emotions and your ability to move forward. And so being able to okay. We have crickets and everything today.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I don't know if that's Jimmy. I don't know if that's in your background there, but some of these little crickets are eating some potato chips. So why don't we do this? Let's jump out to a break for a couple of minutes, so that Val, if you wanted to change your camera, Jimmy, just put yours on mute so we can kill the background a little bit. And we come back. Hopefully all the bugs will be ironed out for the remainder of the show, because we still have so much we have to do in the next 28 minutes. All right, you're watching Kiwanis Connects. Hopefully when you come back, bug-free. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Hall of Fame broadcaster and local TV host Aaron Phillips. Are you interested in hosting a podcast? I offer a podcast seminar where I share the information you need to set up your podcast for success. Some of the topics that I cover include basic terminology, how to do a successful interview, who to target as a potential advertiser, and more. For more information, visit thevoiceof757.com or email me directly at aaron@thevoiceof757.com. Let my voice speak to you. Hey everybody, Aaron Phillips here from the Kiwanis Connect show. Hey, are you trying to recruit for new members? Do you have a huge event coming up that maybe is your biggest fundraiser of the year? But you need to do something different to let people know that it's happening. The same old gives you the same old routine and results. Well, we've got an idea for you. The Kiwanis Connect show offers the opportunity to have customized commercials created to help your club get your message out. And you know what? One of the extra wonderful points of this opportunity is we provide it as a fundraising opportunity for every $50 donation for the commercial goes to the Rose Float Kiwanis Club. That's right. The very same Rose Float that we see on television every New Year's that represents Kiwanis International will now be supported by these Kiwanis Connects commercials. So, if you want more information to get involved, just drop us an email at kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com. That's kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com. Get your 30, 60, or 90-second customized commercial today, and let's help the Rose Float Kiwanis Club continue to plant its seeds for success.
Every day they answered the call. They served, they protected, they sacrificed. When their final journey comes, they deserve the same honor they showed others. Firefighter Memorial Transport provides dignified memorial transportation for our fallen firefighters, law enforcement officers, veterans, first responders, and their families. Because heroes should never be forgotten. Your tax-deductible donation helps keep this mission moving. Donate today. Firefighter Memorial Transport. Honoring heroes, serving families, preserving their legacy.
Imagine being able to golf no matter the weather or time of day. Well, now you can at Back 9 Great Bridge in Chesapeake. Grab your clubs and swing by for the next level of golf. Back 9 is open 24/7, play on your own schedule, get pro-level swing data, and much more. Try St. Andrews, then Pebble Beach to test your skills. It's also a great way to start playing golf without the distractions, pressure, or cost of playing 18 holes outside. Back 9 offers individual and corporate memberships to fit your needs. Back 9 is now open at 500 South Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake. Visit our website for more information. Level up your game without stepping on the course with Back 9. All right, welcome back to Kiwanis Connects. I see that Val has dropped off. She must be having some, I think she might be, oh no, look at that. There she is. I wasn't sure if you were switching your equipment.
Oh, no, yes,
Jim,
I was, and I was dancing to the commercials. I love our sponsors, so they give me a little bit of dance time. So
there
it's
you go.
great.
There you go. And Jimmy is back in his car, so I don't know if that means he's making a getaway or something, or what. But Jimmy's back in his car. So Doc Val, I'll give it to you. Turn it over to you.
You know, I think the busiest of all people are always spending time in their car, and so yeah. And is that crunching sound new?
I
I
know
don't
it's
know.
something on Jimmy's end over there as his mic
Okay,
is open.
Yeah.
That's okay. You
all
know
right.
what? I wonder if it's the air conditioner a blower must maybe is near the speaker of the phone and it's picking that up possibly.
It
It's all
could
right.
be. You know,
All right.
um, this is one of those seasons where it's decon season. So, are the Kindness Club members going to different district conventions and sharing some of the programs that you guys are doing? Because I know you came out to Calneva, Jimmy, when I invited you, and you did a great. You were a keynote for me at one point. I think that
Yep.
this Kindness Club should go on the road, take the show on the road.
I agree. I vow more than ever before in our society. I believe that Little Iguana should be the kindness, and Little Iguana should be absorbed into Kiwanis in every club that deals with young kids. You know, we've put millions of dollars behind it to create it, to test it, to make sure it happened, to perform it for over 32 years. It saved so many lives at the youngest of ages. And I just think that it would help young families want to become Kiwanians as well, seeing what we can do together as a group of people. You know, you're mightier in numbers than you are by yourself. And I really believe that, you know, just by sharing this information and using this, you could save the lives of kids in your neighborhood, in your community.
Absolutely. You know,
And
I just had a
it
brainstorm.
doesn't cost you.
Okay, I just had a huge brainstorm because when I was in the Philippines about a month ago, oh my goodness, that long. Um, one of the things that's really popular is this big bee called Jolly Bee, and it's equivalent to Ronald McDonald. But they teach lessons and life lessons through dancing and song. Wouldn't it be amazing to see Little Iguana dancing with the bee and they pay for the commercials? The
Yeah, I
thought.
mean, we were the original music driven program for
Hmm.
education because we saw how it was for kids.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, it's like I think I still remember all the kids' songs from when I was 4 and 5 years old. Yeah, you can still sing the
Sure.
ABC song, and everything goes by the ABC song tune.
Sure. I mean, we not only saved the 3-year-old, which shows that it can help at such a young age, but one of our programs is called Run, 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 Yell, and Tell. And
Hmm.
we had a girl who came up on stage when she was 8 years old and participated with us. And when she turned 16, she's walking down the street in Massachusetts, and a level 3 sex offender tries to abduct her. So she gets away from the guy, runs into the store yelling and screaming, and the police said, "How'd you get away?" And she said, "Oh, that silly, stupid song Little Iguana taught me 8 years before that, Run, 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 Yell, and Tell, kicked into her head, and she just played out what the song was about. And it saved her from being abducted and whatever. I'm going to take you,
Hmm.
out for ice cream." So it's so important that we do reach the kids at a young age in a way that they can remember forever. I mean, I can sing songs that my grandparents listened to, but I couldn't tell you who my teachers were in school or even what school I went. So, very important, I think.
I want to
Hmm.
give a shout out. Currently watching us on YouTube right now is the previously aforementioned club secretary of the Kindness Kiwanis Club. Victor Legerton is in and he just put a message in there. I don't know if you guys saw it come up. He says, Muzi will dance with anyone, Val.
I love it. But I think that that's what we need to do. It's like to get the word out with this younger crowd. It's how are they connecting with other positive images, and
Right.
maybe it's inviting Jollibee to be the corporation to be a member of the Kindness Club, so that we can. Oh, there's another thing.
That's right.
Idea number two on a Friday.
There you go. We're working hard,
Mhm.
Val.
I know, trying to make it work. But you know, it's this whole concept of kindness. I was over at the high school where I fill in for being an advisor periodically,
Right.
and there is a whole club that's all they do is figure out how to be kind and how to spread messages of kindness. Because the if you think about if you're harmed between the ages of cradle to 3 years old, by the time you're acting it out is by the time you get to middle school, you you've already set that your value in your head and
Right.
what's important. And so that's why that suicide rate right now is so high in that 12 to 14-year-old range.
Sure.
So it's not just about being safe with around others in danger, but the danger signals, but it's also being safe within your own skin.
Yeah, it's being safe by yourself is kind of what it boils down to. I think I'm going to kind of throw a monkey wrench into the proceedings at this point. I know Jimmy's outside of a store trying to do a fundraiser, and his internet connection really is not cooperating. So here's what I'd like to do, Doc
Is
Val.
awful.
I'd like you and Jimmy. You guys, let's wrap up the conversation with Jimmy about Little Iguana, the Kindness Club, so we can let him go, get him off the hook, and get him back to doing what he needs to do. And then you and I will finish out the show. And if we're a little early, we'll get you back to what you got to be doing there, Wisconsin, and we'll send everybody off. How does that sound?
It sounds really lovely, and I'm sure people who are watching are
good.
going, yeah, sounds good.
All right, so Val, let's hit Jimmy up with one last question, and then we'll let Jimmy go.
So Jimmy, how do we get more people to join the kindness movement that we've got going on? How do they reach out and join the club, and what can they start doing?
Well, I think they should start sharing anything. Muzi, Luana, call us, contact us, email us, find out more information. Now that, we could talk to them without the interruption of the internet and everything going on. And I urge everybody that deals with any little any little kid to just at least review it to see if it's something that they want. I mean, to be able to, we've won Emmys international. Our TV series has been on PBS. We've been at a White House under different presidents, the Oval Office, the Rose Garden, saved thousands of lives. That's what we need in every community. And it's not a hard sell. It's not a hard job. It's just using the tools that we've created and tested in all communities. And it's very easy. It's fun. It's a way to attract young families. It's a way to attract new members. And that's really what Kiwanis needs right now.
Right on. Well said, Jimmy. By the way, we're
Thank you.
scrolling Victor's email, kiwanis.kindness.club@gmail.com. So if you'd like some more information to join and learn more about the club, message him, directed that email address, and you can get all the information you need. Jimmy, we're going to let you go because we're going to take you out of your own misery with this internet.
Thanks.
So success at your fundraiser today.
Next time I'll be in my office on my computer for everybody.
We have to get you ready for visit number 5 so we can get you that award John talked about.
I'd love
Thank
it.
you.
I would love it.
Thank you,
I'd
Jimmy.
be honored.
All right, we'll talk soon.
See ya.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. By the way, just to quickly recap you, Val, at the top of the show before we brought Jimmy in, he's probably one of our most returning guests. And so this was visit number 4 for him. And John had an idea. I guess they do this on Saturday Night Live, that if you host the show a minimum of 5 times, you get like a jacket or something. So I'm not going to be silly enough to do what I did for Julie that time at your retirement weekend, but come up with something. Maybe we'll order a T-shirt or some sort of Kiwanis Connects 5-time guests thing, and anybody who's been on a minimum of 5 times, we'll send them off a shirt as a thank you or something. So he's on number 4, so he's got one more to go. All right.
I think John Crawford, though, is probably the winner of that first T-shirt.
You know what? I think you may be right. And we may actually have to give John Crawford a golden one because he's all over everything. Reposts, shares, comments, sends me bad dad jokes. I think you're right. We may have to give him one. We may have to grandfather him in just if we've lost count, if for no other reason, right?
And Douglas Chadwick. So yes, we have those folks that keep showing up.
Absolutely.
And I hope that you guys are enjoying them. And so we're also always reaching out and trying to find new organizations and nonprofits that people need to know about, because that's what our communities need. Each one of them has that kernel of goodness that's very unique. And these nonprofits like period poverty, oh my goodness.
Over 30. Did you see those pictures from the Sisterhood Project this past weekend? So if you go onto the Facebook page of the Sisterhood Project, there were at least 5 of us from the Chesapeake Kiwanis Club that were involved in packing the packages, and most of those packages actually stayed locally in Virginia Beach for this round, but over 3,000, almost 4,000 period packs in boxes of 50 were packed up and delivered to local schools here, as well as a percentage of them being sent overseas. 60 people in a room that holds normally about 50 to pack all of this stuff up. But you're right, Val, the uniqueness here, and that's kind of where the focus Kiwanis clubs are going. It's a shift in the ideal of who we can help and how to support them. I mean, focused Kiwanis groups. Yes. 10, 15 years ago, I don't think anybody would have thought of that idea. I think the nearest to that was just online clubs or the young professionals, Zoom clubs, I think was the first thing out of the box. now here we are with all these specialty clubs. And, and with me being out here now for 2 years, the amount of organizations that I'm meeting that I've, like the Period Project, or Get As Close to Jonathan Cares, or this one or that one, it's a breath of fresh air to not always run into the same name organizations that we know get support and are worthy of support. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a big believer that a lot of these smaller, medium-sized nonprofits that don't have national brand recognition deserve as much, if not more so, support from organizations like Kiwanis, Rotary, Lions, or us individually. And to be able to bring forward the little iguanas and the Sister Project, whatever, is really puts us in a very unique position. Last week's show with Kristen and Nick from First Tee with YMCA. I don't know if you saw, I don't think I texted this to you. I wanted to save it for today. But last week's episode with those two has garnered about 110,000 views in under a week already, just for that show. So I think if nothing else, the people we bring forth on this platform lets us know that the world is hungry for new ideas, right on what you're talking about. And
Absolutely.
so listen, if you have ideas of organizations you'd like for us to meet and bring on the show, all that you got to do, folks, just go on the Kiwanis Connects Facebook page, or you can email us at kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com with your thoughts, ideas, and programs that you'd like to bring forward.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as I've traveled to all the different districts that I've been assigned to, my eyes are wide open, and it takes me longer to get through an airport, not because I'm old or tired, but because I'm literally looking at the different sponsorships of what's going on, and just wowed. Then my biggest wow this past week, and we don't have to do any graphics or anything like that, but is going through the Chicago airport, and all of the postings and the honoring of heroes. And so Heroes of Service is the art display all the way down from the very long terminal. I thought I was going from Illinois to Indiana to catch another plane, but it was amazing and eye-opening to read all the stories of local heroes and sheroes.
Right.
And so knowing that Kiwanis has that amazing opportunity, because we have community service awards, we have distinguished service awards, we have service, all these different ways of acknowledging people within our communities. There are a number of districts that will name and honor the top first responder, first top firefighters, or community heroes, and let everybody know that these people are making a huge difference, and going that next step of inviting them or partnering with them to help them with their passion. And that just makes a difference. It's all about the eye and smile of innovation. Got to be innovative.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fresh ideas is the way to go sometimes. I mean, there's something good about routine, but after a while it begins to stink like the day old fish. Anyway, okay. All right, let's get ready for Melissa Atwell's mental health moment tip of the week. If you don't mind, John, let's hit it. Melissa Atwell.
Hi, I'm Melissa Atwell with your mental health moment. Your feelings and emotions aren't good or bad. They're signals. It's your way of your body and mind communicating with you. So when it comes to anxiety, when it comes to sadness, you're looking for finding this connection, or your body's asking you for rest. Listen to what your body and mind are saying. Remember, take a moment for your mental health.
I'm so proud of that girl, not only because she's become president of the Kiwanis Club, but every time she runs those moments, I've noticed how much better she's gotten with every episode. Where the first couple, she was like a deer in headlights. Now she's sitting all up there prim and proper and just flowing with the script. So thank you, Melissa. As always, we appreciate your input. Before we wrap up with some bad dad jokes and such, I just want to remind everybody, next week's Kiwanis Connect show, where are you going to be next week, Doc Val? Let's talk about you first.
I get to be home.
No, you and I role reversal next week.
Yes.
You're going to be home. I'm going to be on the road because it is the Capital District Decon next weekend up in Annapolis. I reminded everybody next week I have some people lined up and committed to stopping by. The one downside with our show time for next week is at 12 o'clock. It is the leadership luncheon at convention. But I do have some people that said, I'll take my few minutes of fame on Kiwanis Connects, then I'll go eat some food. So we'll have everybody from Chris Bryant to Nancy Simonelli, probably our incoming lieutenant governor, and some other folks that I'm waiting to get confirmation on. So yours truly will be decked out in a hotel lobby room. So I may be in a bathroom with people. I don't know yet. I'll have to scope it out when I get there. But I will be on the road, and we'll talk about the Capital District a little bit next week during our decon up in Annapolis. All right, today's theme, bad jokes, just to give you an FYI, Val, since it is convention season, which we've been talking about now for a couple of months, I do have a handful, and I do mean just a handful, of convention-themed bad dad jokes. So we'll get to those in a few minutes because I want to come back to you since, unfortunately, you had some technical issues at the beginning of the show. I just wanted to give you the floor for a couple of minutes just to kind of have you just chat about whatever you want with our Kiwanis Connects universe as we go. Steve Nagel's in the chat room. Woo-woo! Thank you, Steve. I want to give you the floor for a couple of minutes just to share whatever thoughts you'd like with everybody.
Well, one of the things that I'm discovering as I'm traveling around in my areas, like I shared with you, I have Louisiana, Mississippi, West Tennessee, I have Missouri, Arkansas, and right now I am sitting in the Wisconsin Upper Michigan district. And each time, what I'm encountering is people are going, "Well, we're really not sure why you're here, but thank you. And we guess that this will be the only time we get to see you."
Wow.
And it's like, no. Part of the role of an international district counselor, because that's our role when we come to districts, is to help share the message from our international board, but it's also to help our governance and our clubs, all the way down to the clubs, or down to all the way across to the clubs, to get what they need done and to support them in growing and thriving. And so people have been shocked when I've said, "Yes, I will be on a Zoom with you to go to a meeting." And so I got off a plane late last evening, and I was in an international meeting helping them figure out their strategic plan to develop, more members in their club. I think that that's the fun part of our role. And I think that you can demand a lot from your counselor. Your counselor should be present with you and be able to answer some questions. And we might not be able to give you the answer that you want because the answer that you want isn't the correct one, but at least we'll listen to you and help you formulate your ideas in a different way. Um, and I think that that's really important. And I have had some phenomenal role models, and so when I talk about role models right now, Matthew Cantrell is the outgoing international trustee counselor in the California, Nevada, Hawaii district. And I did something crazy this week. So where's
No,
Balbo? I
no.
know. I rented a car and drove to Reno, Nevada yesterday so that on Wednesday, so that I could help start a Voices Club in Reno. And then yesterday I was still in Reno, and I actually got to sit by Matthew Cantrell and Dave Curry, who's a past international president, and Paul Palazzolo, current CEO of Kiwanis. And we talked about how we can help and how we need to be more visible. And so you have that expectation, and you can say it starts with this class of new trustees. We're going, we want to be there for you. We want to make sure that we're supporting you. And some of the things that you ask for, we're going to look at you like, really? But we will be there. So
That's what
thanks
you
for
want
thanks for
to.
letting me babble, because I've been up all night traveling. I left the hotel at 5 o'clock in Reno. I arrived here at 7 a.m. and I started my first meeting at 8 a.m.
Well, I'm good. Well, if nothing else, my 6 or 7 bad dad jokes will certainly put you to sleep, I'm sure. So glad you were able to join us at least for half the show, given technology what it is. And after this, hopefully you'll be able to catch your breath for a little bit. And so you going home after this convention for the week? Is that the travel plan?
Yes, on Monday I get to go home. But today I'm going to put my fine Kiwanis clothes on and we're going to the zoo because it's family day at the zoo in Milwaukee.
Nice. And next
How
week,
cool is that?
that is great. I want to see pictures of the zoo. I haven't seen a zoo in like forever. Next week in Annapolis, our Kiwanis trip on the Friday for $15 per person. We're taking a walking tour of Annapolis, of the Naval Academy. So, and then my wife signed us up. We're going to be taking a schooner boat ride just for leisure up and down whatever waterway it is that's there. So we're going to be out on a boat in the middle of the water. So we'll be doing that, and then we're just going to take in whatever we can of Annapolis. So, all right, let's do it so we can send Val off to get some 40 winks or at least 39. All right, John, let's hit it. All right, Steve Nagel, this is what you tuned in for. All right, Doc Valley, you ready? I got about 6 of them for you. Try to hit them rapid. Remember, these are all convention related, so keep that in mind. Number 1, why do lanyards make terrible secret agents? Why do lanyards, and for those who don't know what the lanyards are, that's what your name tag hangs on around your neck, and I'm sure Val has one on. Why do lanyards make terrible secret agents? Because they are always letting things hang out in plain sight. I didn't say they were good convention bad jokes.
That could really be funny.
Oh, shut up, John. Shut up, John. All right, here you go. Why did the speaker bring? Do you see that obviously that either you really are well overtired because you're just getting that one right now.
It was too late. It was a slow burn.
Well, then we now know the secret to laughing at all of these jokes. Just let it simmer. Okay, here you go. Why did the speaker bring her ladder to the breakout session? Why did the speaker bring a ladder to the? You should do this in your next session, Val. You should do this. You want to know why? Because they heard the discussion was going to reach new heights. So that's why they brought their own ladder for the sound. Okay. I guess that wasn't, there's no.
But it would make me taller. So, that might not be a bad idea. We'll see.
Oh, you don't need no ladder to be big in a room, Val. When you walk in, everybody knows you're that because you're that good a person. That's why. All right, here you go. What is a ghost's favorite part of a conference? What is a ghost's favorite part of a conference? Well, of course, it is the booth traffic. Booth. Yeah, you like that? That was a good one. You're going to stand in front of the mirror later and go, the booth. I get it now. Right, exactly. All right, here you go. What do you call a meeting of the Knights of the Round Table? What do you call a meeting of the Knights of the Round Table?
A conference?
A circumference, as in circumference. Oh boy. Okay. Why do people love registering early? Why do people love registering early for their conference? This way, so they can forget to attend later. Yep, there you go. All right. Next to last one. Why did the attendee sleep with his lanyard on? Why did the attendee sleep with his lanyard on?
So he wouldn't forget who he was when he woke up in the morning?
Because he didn't want to lose his identity. Yes, Val, you got that one.
Yeah.
Now, this last one is more of a statement, and you got to let this sink in for just like the splittest of second. John will love this one because this is right up his alley. All right. This morning, Siri said, "Don't call me Shirley." Well, I accidentally left my phone on airplane mode. I was laughing hysterically when I read that one this morning. I thought that was pretty good because you had to think about that one. And I'm sure there's the younger crowd out there going, airplane? What does that have to do with airplane mode? Well, look it up online.
Roger.
Roger Wilco. Don't call me Roger, Shirley. That's right. My father said you were the worst basketball player. Listen, if you ever carried sounds. Anyway, I was actually just on one of my local channels. So Classic movie. All
I'm
right.
so glad that we can laugh together. And so, if you've suffered all the way through and listened to our bad audio, hopefully the audio was good enough for the bad dad jokes.
Right.
So,
Wait a minute. Where's
that's what
Steve?
we need.
I didn't get any nasty comments from Steve Nagel. So either he wasn't listening and no, Andy, listen, my main barometer is Andy, and I know he's listening. So Andy, you got to give me a scale here. You got to let me know how we did. All right. While we wait for that, Val, final thoughts so we could say goodbye.
So, as we're traveling around the world, we are more the same than we are different. I've learned that with all the different clubs and districts that I've been in lately, that we as Kiwanians, when we wear that K, we provide magic in each community. And the conversations that I've been having on airplanes and buses and taxis, it's just been so amazing. So, Steve Nagel just went in there and he says he can't unhear what he has heard.
Right.
So
Well, if
with
you want
that,
if you want to
thank
unhear
you.
it again, just go back to the podcast. See, but Nagel, you're silly enough to tune in just in time for them. That's the thing. You'd think you would learn by now. All right. All right. Good stuff. Next week again. Now, a couple of quick programming notes real quickly. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 12, Aaron's Hour Coast to Coast. You are going to want to tune in because I've got a heart-wrenching story. I'm going to be visiting with the young lady, Sonia Marinescu. She's in desperate need of a kidney transplant, and she's been stonewalled every which way she can to get on lists and get her message out there. She's also going to become a member of the Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake here, hopefully in a couple of weeks. So I'm happy to be able to have her become part of our family. But she is originally from Kiev, but she's been here a while, and we're going to have an opportunity to chat with her and share her story. So join me from 11 until 12 tomorrow. And then right after that, at 12:30 local time, 12:30 to 1, Cox Cable, Channel 4, The Voice of 757 will air. It is the best of part 2. We get to revisit some of the best interviews I've had during the first 6 months of TV. And good news is, this past Tuesday, I was up at the studio, started filming brand new content that'll start airing on September 12th. So we'll be able to look at that, kind of get through the summer with me traveling to Vegas to deal with my dad and all that stuff. So a lot of good stuff going on. And didn't even share this with you, Doc. You know, I do a podcast seminar, right?
Mhm.
You know, I teach people how to do what we do effectively. So I'm offering a class here, September 25th to 26th here at Gather Co-working Studios, where my studio is located. I already have 7 students signed up with a couple of more, but here's the kicker. Right down the block in our beautiful town center area is a theater called the Ziders Theater. Longstanding theater. It's a beautiful facility. You ready for this? They are now offering my podcast class as part of their educational series to all of their members and non-members beginning September 27th and 28th. I will be in their theater for those who can't make it here in August at the Z Theater, Ziders Theater, right down the block. I'm stoked that I get to be able to stand on a professional stage to teach what I do to others. Whether you want to do a podcast or not is not important. It's a great skill set reminder on just communication skills. So I'm excited about that and the opportunity to bring my knowledge forward, because I figure if I could teach people what not to do, that means they'll only do it better.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Anyway, thank you very much. All right, let's get out of Dodge. Thank everybody for watching. Be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. I'll see you next week from Annapolis, Maryland, while Val is back home with Andy. Thank you, everybody. Val, travel safe. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day.